Am I audible? And is my screen visible? Okay, then we'll start the session. Good morning, everyone. I am Nikita Ranjan, the teaching assistant for the subject Urban Governance and Development Management, which is instructed by Professor Uttam Kumar Roy. This is the live session for the subject in which I'll be discussing questions which were assigned in the previous assignment, in the previous run. This is assignment 0, week 0, which is there is some. I think there is some. Okay, I'll mute everyone. And I'll start again. Okay. So this is week 0, assignment 0. So this is a dry run for the sessions which will be starting next week. So today we are not joined by any of the students which are assigned to the subject. So we'll start right away. So before starting the questions, I'll just give a brief overview of the lectures which were discussed in the previous week. There are no lectures here as this is a dry run, so lectures haven't been covered yet. We'll start right with the questions. The first question is, in 1687, the first municipal corporation in India was established in Madras. The answer for this is true. You might be wondering, 1687 was before independence, while all our municipal governance legislation came after independence. So how come municipal corporation in Madras was established in 1687? So even before independence, some larger cities in India like Chennai, Kolkata, and Mumbai, they had a municipal governance body in the cities. These governance bodies were set up by the British. So Chennai then was known as Madras, and in Madras, the first municipal corporation was set up in India in 1687, which was the first municipal corporation in all of India. Okay. So then we'll move on to the next question, which is, as per Census of India 2011, the urbanization rate of India in percentage is what? And you have several options: 17.2, 13.3, 31.2, and 51.8. So the answer for this, you can calculate, you can go to Census of India and you can see, you might find urbanization rates on there. If you do not find urbanization rate, what you can do is you can find population of India in any year and the urban population of India in that year. So here we are talking about 2011. So you can see, see the population of India and the urban population of India in 2011. So you can calculate the urbanization rate. So urbanization rate is nothing but the percentage of urban population to the total population of India in any given year. So as you can see here, the urban population in India in 2011 in crores is 37.7, and the total population in India in 2011 is 121. So you just take out the percentage, 37, 37.7 over 121 into 100. This figure, if you calculate, you would get the number 31.2, close to 31.2, which is the urbanization rate in India or urban growth in India in 2011. So that will be urbanization rate. Similarly, if you see 2001, you can see the urbanization rate for that also. Uh, the urban population of 2001 is the total population is 102.9 in crores, and the urban population is 28.6 crores. So if you do the calculation, 28.6 over 102.9 into 100, you'll find the answer would be equal to 27.79, which is roughly equal to 27.8%. This is how you can calculate the rate of urbanization in any given year. Moving on to the next question. According to the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act of India, the population of a settlement for classifying them as Nagar Panchayat or notified area council is, and then you have several options. So first, let me tell you what the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act is. So the 74th CAA Constitutional Amendment Act, it was introduced in 1992. It's a landmark act which formed the basis of all urban governance in India, which is followed currently. So the act provides the acts provide constitution for three types of municipalities. Among that is one is Nagar Panchayat. So what the act specifies, it says that Nagar Panchayat is would be constituted for any area which is in transition from rural to urban area, and for that the population classification which they have provided is answer is B, greater than 1100 and less than 11,000 and less than 30,000. So it is written as 11,001 to 29,999. Moving on to the next question. Next question is number of categories of census towns. Classes which as per the census of India are. So it doesn't ask you categories, it asks you how the number of categories, how many categories are there. So as you might study in the later classes, there are 6 categories of census towns as per census of India. These are listed here. Starts from you'll get to know that any urban population, uh, any area which has a population of more than 5,000, if you consider just the population, not other factors. Other factors are also play into the role of classifying any area as a city. But if you just go as per the population classification, so any area above population with population above 5,000, that can be considered as a census town as per Census of India. Then the classification goes that is class 6 towns. Then class 5 towns are with population from 5,000 to 10,000. Class 4 from 10,000 to 20,000. Class 3 towns from 20,000 to 50,000. Class 2 towns from 50,000 to 1 lakh. And class 1 towns with population greater than 1 lakh. So these in total are 6 categories as per Census of India, which will be your answer for this question. Moving on to the next question, which is the UNDP was founded on November 22, 1965. What does the term UNDP stand for? So the term UNDP here stands for United Nations Development Program. So United Nations Development Program is actually an organization which is formed by merging two other organizations. So these two organizations are United Nations Expanded Program for Technical Assistance assistance, which was created in 1949, and the United Nations Special Fund, which was established in 1958. In 1965, both these organizations were merged together by the United Nations General Assembly, and the United Nations Development Program was created. Why United Nations Development Program is essential for you to know? Because it's an international organization and it provides assistance to various bodies in India. So these governance bodies can be on any level, in either on the national level or the state level or the local governance bodies, and they interact with UNDP by the means of inter-organizational interface. And United Nations Development Program assists or helps the government or the governance body by various means. It can be research and development, it can be capacity building, or any n number of ways. Moving on to the next question. As per 74th Constitutional Amendment Act of India, urban local bodies (ULBs) are considered to be third-tier government. Is this true or false? Answer for this statement is true. As you might know from your lectures, in India there are three tiers of government. First is the central government, which is the topmost tier. Then comes the state government, and finally the local government. The local government consists of ULBs. These are urban local bodies. So there are urban local bodies for the urban area. There are local government for the for. I'm sorry about that. There are local governance bodies for the rural areas as well, which are different from the urban local bodies. For the urban local bodies, you'll have municipalities for cities, municipal corporations for larger cities. You'll have Nagar Panchayats for transitional cities, areas which are transitioning from rural to urban. Then further down, you'll have ward committees for wards, and then area sabha. Similarly, if you see parallelly, you have governance body for rural areas as well. You have Gram Panchayat for villages and Gram Sabha, and then for block you have CD block. Then you combining several villages, you have Panchayat Samiti as well. These are the local governing bodies both in urban areas and rural areas. The governing bodies in urban areas are known as urban local bodies. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Identify the statement which is not correct. Okay, so we'll go one by one to each statement. First statement states urban areas with a population of 1 lakh or more are classified as city. So this is a true statement. This is not correct. This is not incorrect. One thing which you need to pay attention is to this term here. It says urban areas. If this term wasn't here, if it just mentioned areas with a population of 1 lakh or more, then you might not be sure if this statement is correct or not. Because for any area to be classified as urban, as per Census of India classification, there are three criteria. First is population classification, which should be greater than 5,000. The population of the area should be greater than 5,000. Second classification constraint is the more than 75% of the population in that area, male workforce, male working population, should be engaged in non-agricultural pursuits. So that is again another thing. And the third criteria is the density of that area should be more than 400 people per square meter. So for any area to be classified as urban, the area needs to fulfill all three of these requirements. So if the term here, the term urban here was not mentioned, then you might not be sure if this statement is correct, if this term was not there. But as it is already mentioned that it is urban areas, then you are sure that this is a correct statement. Coming down to the next statement, urban areas with planning area, but outside urban areas within the planning area, but outside the limit of municipal corporation are known as peri-urban areas. So this again is a correct statement. I have made a small diagram for you. You can see here. Uh, Urban agglomerations, as you might know, they are continuous urban spreads which consist of a statutory town. If you consider city 1 as a statutory town in this case, that is the statutory town, and adjoining outgrowths. So outgrowths can be, if you see labeled here, there is an outgrowth. So you can see the outgrowth labeled here. That is a outgrowth from the statutory town which is there, and there can be other cities as well. So the cities which are lying in the which are the cities or urban areas which are lying within the limit of municipal within the planning area, but not in the municipal corporation. They are known as peri-urban areas. So there might be another boundary here. This boundary which I have shown is the boundary for the urban agglomeration. There can be another boundary here which can be for the planning area. It can be like this, or it can even surpass some of the areas, leave some areas out. There would be another boundary for the planning area for this city. So if there is an urban area like this here, which lies within the planning area, but it's not a part of the municipal corporation of this city, then this area is known as a peri-urban area. How it is different from an outgrowth? The key point here to see is an outgrowth will have some boundary which touches the main statutory city or the mother city of this whole urban agglomeration. It will have some boundaries which are common with the city. That will be referred to as an outgrowth, as you can see here. Okay. So this statement again is correct. Next statement, the transformation from rural to urban is referred to as urbanization. This also you might be knowing any area which when transforms from a rural area to an urban area, the process of that transformation is known as urbanization. So this statement again is correct. So the last remaining statement, which is contiguous urban extent beyond the municipal limit, is termed as agglomeration. So see, this statement is incorrect. What incorrectness this statement has is this term, urban. This term here. See, the problem with this is all of the contiguous area limit which is there apart from the city itself, it doesn't have to be urban only. For example, this is a city, you can call it urban. Another city, call it urban. This can be an urban area, there can be a town, there can be an outgrowth. All these are urban areas. But apart from the urban area, in the agglomeration, if you uh, consider this figure to be an agglomeration, there would be some other area as well, which might be rural. It will consider villages and other area which pertain which is not urban area. It is rural area. So if you see this in those terms, then this statement is incorrect. That is why the answer for this question is that contiguous urban extent beyond the municipal limit is termed as agglomeration. This statement is incorrect. Moving on to the next question. Choose the option which is not a part of municipal law. The options are Regional Planning Act, Municipal Act, Ward Committee Rule, Building Rules. Okay. So the municipal law is the law which is a precursor to the municipal acts which come after the law. So the model municipal law came in was introduced in 2003. It was prepared by the Ministry of Urban Development and Poverty Elevation. The ministry then was known as Ministry of Urban Development and Poverty Elevation. The ministry has separated now. It is currently known as the Ministry of okay. Under the model municipal law, there is municipal act which so municipal acts are legislations which are brought about by the state government. So based upon the municipal law, each of the each of the state governments, they introduce municipal acts, which is legislation, which helps them establish municipal governments and administer them and provide a framework for municipal governance within the state. And under this also under this act itself, ward committee rules and building rules come. So, however, regional planning act is not a part of the either the model municipal law or the municipal act. Regions are areas which whose purview ranges beyond the beyond the boundaries and jurisdiction of the municipalities. So for that, there are different regional planning acts are different. They are also brought about by the state government, but they are different from the municipal act. So the answer for this question would be Regional Planning Act. Regional Planning Act is not a part of the municipal law. This is the last question which we had for this discussion. If you have any queries or any doubts regarding to our discussion or the live session, you are free to ask. You have any doubts? Okay. As I do not see any hand raises or any comments, I consider that no one has any doubts and I consider this session to be completed. Thank you very much everyone for attending this session, and I will see you in the next session. Also, you are also very welcome to put any queries or any questions you have on the NPTEL forum. That is always open. I will be going through the questions there as well, and I'll answer to you any queries which is regarding to this session. That is all. Thank you very much.